And good evening. Welcome to episode number 4. Already a month we've been doing this. So the South Florida Blitz, as we will take a look back at week 7. It was in high school football. Look ahead to week 8 this week in South Florida. We'll have our pick 6 later on. Our interview coming up with Andre C. Fernandez, the sports editor for the Miami Herald, who's followed high school football for many years. Marty Pallman, along with Joshua Wilson, the owner and publisher of FloridaHSFootball.com. And Josh, looking forward to hearing from Andre. We've known him a long time from the high school finals.
Good evening, indeed. And yes, indeed, Andre, a thing in our video, our thing, which I actually ended up pre-recording yesterday with Andre and with a couple of our interviews that happen time to time where we get him live here on Tuesday night, but we still get him here. Yeah. And we'll have that situated here for everybody here as we get ready for this evening. But Marty, very interesting that, we're already through 7 weeks of high school football. We're going into week 8. And it's really the playoffs are like in my mind, forget the regular season. The playoffs are the best time of the year because it's all or nothing at that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you win or go home. That's what's interesting about the baseball playoffs when I've been watching those few days is, you get 2 games and you're out. I mean, after a whole long season like that. And in high school football, you play 11 games or 10 games, and then you're out maybe after 1 week. But still, a lot going on. And I guess with that, we should get right to the Blitz Lines. Headlines from South Florida this week, and we'll start
with let's talk about the biggest thing, Marty, that I think we had happen down there. Homestead pulling the big upset on Columbus. I mean, that was huge right there. And I did talk to Andre Fernandez in the interview that we will talk about that with him is what happened there in that game because Homestead they were in the 3M state championship game last year against St. Thomas Aquinas, and some people thought Columbus would be down a little bit this year. That's true. They're not the same Columbus they were last year, but still expected to contend that for a 4M state championship. But here it is. Homestead got Columbus right at the most perfect time, and of course it's going to help boost their playoff ranking here as we get closer and closer to the playoffs.
Well, Columbus is, despite the loss, they stay number 1 in their region in 4M Region 4, and their first loss of the year 5-1. So Columbus is still in good shape, but you're right. Homestead makes a move up 2 spots in 3M Region 4, and now have moved past Southridge and South Broward, but that is a big win for Homestead. Yes, a year ago, maybe a little bit of surprise that they played Aquinas, and Aquinas had no problem with them in the championship game. But yeah, it's a big win for Homestead, and it kind of gets, always talk about the schools in southern Broward County, and that's the schools like Southridge and South Dade or South Broward as well down in Broward County, West Broward. But
yeah, no, you're fine. No, you're right about that.
But Homestead, that win will get some attention, and they get some people looking and going, oh, okay, well, look at Homestead.
No, absolutely, and I get look at Homestead indeed. But a couple of other interesting things down there in South Florida is this: couple of close squeakers amongst the group of the strong teams that are not named Homestead and Columbus. Yeah. Miami Norland, Booker T. Washington, Miami Central, Miami North Washington. How about this? Miami Norland 2019 over Booker T. Washington. Miami Central 17-10 over Miami North Washington. Both close games. The Miami Norland was down, almost got handed their first loss of the season, but manages to pull off a 1-point win against Booker T. Washington. Of course, Miami North Washington plays the Rockets toe-to-toe. But as they say, this week is going to really tell us a lot.
Yeah, we'll see Central and Norland playing. That'll be for a district title, maybe a region number 1 seed as well, because Norland is number 1, Central number 2. Right now, they're in class 3M. Is it 3M? No, yeah. 2M. Pardon me. Region 4. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, as you said, Booker T. Washington able to just slide by last week in their game, as did Central against Northwestern. So. Booker T's got who do they have this week?
Booker T. When I say, let me pull up the thing in here, and I'm trying to think who Booker T has got here because I'm trying to remember on the schedules here. So if you
have
think
it on our picks, I thought.
Actually, you know what? You are right. We may have it on our picks here, and yes, that is Miami Northwestern. Actually,
playing Northwestern, so they just played. Norland played Booker T last week, beat them. Central played Northwestern, Central won, and now Central and Northern played. Okay, Washington, yeah, because it's all about Travis Powell. So those games will all be at Travis Powell this week. So yeah, that's interesting. And again, Miami New Orleans staying unbeaten barely, and they're going to have quite a test this week. We've been talking about this game for a few weeks. Larry Bluestein was on a couple weeks ago, said that he thought New Orleans could win, and that got a lot of people up in arms. But I guess we're going to find out this week, because that is exactly the game we're going to see. New Orleans and Central for district title.
No, you're absolutely right, and of course, that's going to be huge right there, in terms of figuring out who is going to go from there, and of course, the video clip for Andre Fernandez, it's not wanting to load for some reason, so we may have to hopefully hope and pray here. Why? I don't know why it's not wanting to load, so we may have to we may have to flip a couple of things around here this evening as we do this. We may have to put the interview on the back end, on the very back end, and do the pick six before we get the interview. So hopefully it'll upload here as a thing. I don't know why it's giving us trouble here uploading in terms of getting that out there, so for a big thing. But it's a great interview, I will tell you that. So I'd be saddened if I couldn't get it to play here tonight on the show.
We'll get it to play sometime if we don't get it tonight. But anything else with the Blitz lines that we were going to talk about?
Looking at a couple other things, just kind of looking at some stuff from the rest of the region here. Vero Beach, they're sitting there holding pretty strong, because they're in that part of that region that we incorporated here into the South Florida Blitz. And of course, Treasure Coast was off on their bye week this past week, so they're kind of recovering from that two losses, and then they got the slate of district games here in the next few weeks, which Vero Beach will be one of those games coming up here on the 28th, which is Saturday of there. So that'll determine a lot right there. Again, I think the biggest critical thing for people to remember here is that what we're getting ready for here is that a lot is going to happen here over the next few weeks in terms of the remaining district games. That's the key critical part here. I'm telling you that's the biggest thing we've got sitting here. And in all of this.
Yeah, we'll see. And one game we mentioned last week, too, this team made a move up, too. Delray Beach Atlantic defeated Pahokee.
Yes, absolutely.
So that got Atlantic up to number 2. And, of course, I have all these numbers. We just did the playoff breakdown show a little earlier here.
No, absolutely.
And that moved. Where are they?
Who is it?
Atlantic Delray.
3M Region 3, right, and they did move up to the number 2 spot right behind St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, right behind Aquinas. So that win over Pahokee, they replaced Coconut Creek, who fell to 3rd. So yeah, a lot going on there. That's Region 3, as you said, in 3M, and of course Homestead leading in 3M Region 4 now. So and Homestead plays Southridge this week. So again, you got a couple more big rivals going at it this week: Homestead and Miami Southridge. So looks like we're still trying to get.
I may have a different way of getting it out, so we'll figure that out from there. So, but we'll roll along with it.
Why don't we go ahead and at this point we can take our water break?
Yes,
we usually do. We'll come back and maybe bring you the pick six. We'll see if we can get the interview going. But anyway, you're watching the South Florida Blitz here tonight. It's on Facebook, also on Twitter, and on YouTube tonight. Marty Pallman and Joshua Wilson with you.
All right, welcome back here on the South Florida Blitz here, and we're going to try to figure this thing out here. We're working on it here as in terms of figuring out what the thing. We might be able to have it here in a moment, but we're going to figure that out here in a moment here to bring it up here, potentially as a screen share instead, so that way we can play the interview for you. So we'll be able to do that here and get all that situated here. But we'll check that out and we'll let you know here. And if we have anything, if we have any audio issues, we will bring that up. We will put the thing. We'll come back and we'll just do the pick six, Marty. We'll do that. All right.
All right. So here is Josh with Andre C. Fernandez, the sports editor for the Miami Herald.
All right.
Coming up. Who's that? Oh, that's Andre. I don't even recognize him.
It's not wanting to.
What's that all about?
I think we're having internet issues, actually.
That's right. That's great.
All right. So.
Okay. Well.
All right. Well. Unfortunately, technology is not wanting to work with us here tonight. I can tell you that right now. So there we go. Yep.
Yes, internet issues.
Unfortunately, we will post that clip of actually the whole interview of Andre. That we got that recorded. It's for whatever reason it's not wanting to upload into our system here tonight, and I don't understand why it's not wanting to. We got the other interview for later tonight uploaded. I still understand why this one is not wanting to upload for us here. I don't know if it's maybe something with our video storage or something. So we'll have to take a look at that and see what's going on here. The one drawback of sometimes recording an interview, unfortunately, a thing. And sorry, Michael. I understand. I'm trying to figure out why you could not hear it. It should have been able to hear it. And I don't know why it was not wanting to share the audio out in that situation here. So maybe I'll figure out here the moment here. But Marty, let's try to roll this thing here in terms of let's talk about picks here in a moment here because
actually, let's see. We got some comments over here. Oh, you just said what Michael was talking about. Yeah, we'll try and get that for you. I don't know. Rockets miss coach Roland. Michael Parsons says, well, maybe. Malin doesn't miss him. They have him.
Oh, yeah, I had the wrong comment there because we were talking to the thing. I moved it right there.
Broncos expose the Explorers.
Yeah, and then Rockets miss Coach Roland. Well, we don't know.
They're still pretty good. I
don't want to knock Coach Jubad Joseph down there. I mean, he's doing pretty good. He won a state championship in year one. Let's see what happens here.
Malin, though, they did get quite a coach in getting Roland, Travis Roland there. We're going to talk to him in the Central Florida Blitz coming up in just a little while around 8:15, so you can hear that interview as well. But T. Washington versus Bulls, Miami Northwestern. Yeah, that game was coming up this week as well. It says Ridge beat Homestead last year, not this year. That would be South Ridge. Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
So right now, this is the problem with recording interviews is where if they don't work, we're kind of sitting here,
trying to figure this thing out. And we apologize. We have the interview was great with Andre Fernandez. I'll tell you that it was great. We'll post that clip here on our YouTube channel for everybody to see that one and everything. But we apologize about that. Sometimes the technical stuff happens in technology, and of course, trying to do this live and the thing we try to get interviews live here and bring them in live, and but sometimes it doesn't work out that way because deadlines and everything within the media. Right. Unfortunately, things are not the same as they used to be.
That's true. Yeah, deadlines especially. But yeah, it's we will, and that's the thing. We have Coach Roland coming up. That'll be a live interview, so we pretty much figure.
Michael Parsons. We're talking about Travis Roland at Mainland, not Coach Roland Smith from Miami Central.
Sorry, Roland Smith. He confused me there. I was like, I don't remember him being at Central, but
Roland Smith. Yeah, he's talking about.
Smith, I actually don't know where he. Oh, he's at Norland.
No,
Mainland. Oh, sorry.
No. That's no. So sorry, Michael, for the confusion there.
I don't know where is he. I don't know where he is.
I think he's actually in college coaching now.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, it's been a little while. I remember he was at Central for a long time, but sorry. Yeah, Travis Roland is the coach at Mainland. But anyway, he used to be at Flagler Palm Coast, right? Yes,
that's
where he was. So that's a different part of Florida. So, let's see. I guess we're not going to be able to have that, are we?
No, I'm still. It's not wanting to do. It's doing everything, but and the internet is kind of causing some issues here. So I apologize, everybody, for that. Right now, I have definitely apologized in terms of the technical difficulties. It's definitely been one of those days where technology just doesn't want to do what we want it to do. Something. And this is one of those days, unfortunately, and that's the problem we're having. So. Unfortunately on that one. So, and with that said, we're going to hopefully you'll be able to do the pick six.
Let's do a little bit longer version of the pick six than normal. We'll spend some time on these games.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
All right, so let's start off.
Oh, we'll start off here in a moment here, and of course we got some games here. We got 6 big games here in terms of what we've got lined up here for the pick six this week. And we'll start with this one. I believe this one's actually going to be Thursday night, Marty. Booker T. Washington versus Miami Northwestern. This is going to be a good one here in the South Florida trenches. And, of course, Booker T. coming off a 1-point loss to Miami Norland. Miami Northwestern almost had Miami Central right there on the ropes to the very end. So both of these teams are looking for something here that they did not get last week, and that is a W.
Yeah, exactly, and they both need one. Northwestern, they are a team that only has a couple of wins this year. They've been close in a lot of games, but haven't been able to win a bunch of games. So it is a big win big game for the Bulls, especially I would say coming in this time of year.
No, absolutely, and
I'm sorry, and
yeah,
Booker T. Washington too. Although they seem to be in a little bit better shape. But Northwestern right now is out of the postseason, so yeah, that's a big one for them. At Travis Powell. Of course, this is basically a neutral site game. What's Booker T's record? I'm trying to find them. I can't remember who's in which classification sometimes.
Both of them are 2M.
Oh, they're both 2M.
They're both 2M. This is a district game, by the way.
2M. Okay, sorry.
2M district
3-2 against, okay.
14.
I'll go with the Booker T. Washington in this game.
I'm going to go with Booker T as well here, and I think a reason why is because I just think Michael Lee Harris there at Booker T. Maybe not Miami Northwestern. Of course, you got Ice Harris there at Booker T. Washington, and honestly, there's been some transition there for the Bulls. The Bulls are definitely not the same type of team that they used to be, and I think that's the biggest difference here. And I like going with you as well, and going with the Booker T. Washington Tornadoes in this one, Marty. And
Michael Parsons agrees. Tornadoes.
Yes, indeed. Michael Parsons definitely agrees with that one right there. As you see there on the comments, Tornadoes, he thinks Tornadoes will get the W.
Okay.
This one we talked about here was one interview that we did. I talked about the game and thinking about Bradford coming down to True North. That's a 3:30 kick on Friday. And True North's going to get a really good test from a state semifinalist from last year, and Bradford is going to get a taste of city life, as they say, going to Miami, and especially having to get up and go on a bus ride very early and play a 3:30 kickoff. Probably not something those kids are used to at all. And
it's going to be warm. 3:30 in the afternoon.
It's going to be warm and sunny South Florida, probably 80 degrees probably down there.
Rain too.
It might rain. Well, it's going to rain a lot in Florida this week. So
yeah, up here where we live in Gainesville area it will. But I don't know. I think I'd go with, speaking of Tornadoes, I'm going to go with Bradford Tornadoes. I know it's a long road trip, but I think this team, this defense, who's been shutting out everybody and shut out Oakleaf last week, will be able to take care of True North. True North is a good up-and-coming program, but I think Bradford, a team that can win a state title this year, they'll get a win on the road.
No, you're absolutely right there, Marty. And I think, to be honest with you, if I'm going with Bradford as well, the Tornadoes' defense is very, very stingy. The offense, I think the only problem for Bradford is their offense, and that's going to be the thing. But if they can figure out the offensive mojo this week against True North, put up some points, and then come back home with a win.
I'm sure everyone in South Florida is very happy with us right now after that pick. So let's move along.
Hold on, let's see if Michael Parsons got a thing. Props for Bradford for coming south. Well, this is a game that was the game that came about very quickly.
Interesting matchup. Yeah,
this was supposed to have been the week they were supposed to play at Coy Creek.
Oh, but they got moved out of the district.
Yes, and
right.
then Bradford had to go find a game. So
Bradford's got this game. They still have Swanee left. Yeah, they've got some.
They still got Palaca too, by the way.
Palaca, yeah, which I think they'll beat. But yeah, that's true.
All right, our next game up on the list is the big one that we're talking about. That really decides everything. In 2M13, Miami Central versus Miami Norland. I can't tell you how much I really think this game is going to be really, really interesting. And for one, I am going to stick to the Norland train. I think Miami Central is just a tad bit here off. I'm going with Miami Norland in the picks this week because I just like the Vikings in this one.
The Vikings. What was the score last week? They beat Booker T. It was
20-19. Miami Central beat Miami Northwestern 17-10. So,
wow.
Could this be close?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Could it be a 1-point game again? Yes.
I mean, normally in these situations, I probably would take Central, but yeah, I think I'm with you. I think Norland wins this game, and
and we've just upset everybody in South Florida. By the way,
I mean, we picked a Miami team. What do you want? I mean, jeez. One way or the other, we got.
Michael Parson disagrees with us.
Of course he does. Well, as I'm saying, I figured you're right. Everyone was going to get on about Central, but can't see Central losing. Well, lost twice this year. So.
All right, Pahokee at Benjamin is our next game. Pahokee at Benjamin. Pahokee is coming off a loss to Delray Beach Atlantic. Benjamin's coming off a loss to Palm Beach Central. Both had very tight contests last week. How does this one go? I mean, this is
this is a good one, yeah.
It's a matter of this was at Pahokee. This was at Anquan Bolden Stadium. I'd take Pahokee, but this is at Benjamin. I'm rolling with the Benjamin Buccaneers in this one.
I'm going to go with the Blue Devils. I think Pahokee wins on the road. I think they'll get it done here. A team that, has had a lot of success. Again, a team that I was pretty impressed when they came out to play Hawthorne last year. I've seen them play a few times, but I think Pahokee will get the win on the road.
No, absolutely. And there you go. All right, Miami Southridge versus Homestead. Here's a big enchilada for 3M16. You can't go any wrong with this one, considering Miami Southridge coming off a win over Lakewood out of St. Pete last week, and then of course Homestead with that big win over Columbus. Miami Southridge versus Homestead, Marty.
Well, hey, Homestead, as you said, come out that big win over Columbus, and why not? Just they're going to keep rolling. I think they get the win here. Homestead wins the district title. They got the number 1 seed in the region with the win, and I think they'll get it done this week against Miami Southridge. I'm
going with Homestead, but I have to remind you, Miami Southridge, when we thought Homestead had all the momentum going, Miami Southridge threw out the roadblocks last year, and I'm going to find out what Michael Parsons has to say because I'm pretty sure he is saying that thing. But he did say, "Don't know when you want to count out Pahokee, don't Blue Devils in that one." But here you go, Michael Parsons. He's going with
Broncos. Close.
But But last year, we got to remind you, last year was definitely one of those ones. It was very, very close.
That's right.
And but go ahead.
And so that's another big, Southern Miami-Dade County rivalry there, Homestead, Miami Southridge. As we look at our final game, it's also for a district title, American Hialeah at Miramar.
I believe this is 3M15. I want to say that district. And American at Miramar, this will decide a lot right there. American's actually doing pretty well, and Miramar has kind of struggled. I'm just like trying to figure out what are they, who are they, what's Miramar this year, and I'm just not sure. And to be honest with you, we'll definitely. I'm going with American in this one.
The clock says I have 4 minutes to make this pick. No, this is not a game I'm really have to admit I'm trying to become familiar with. But all I know is through the years, Miramar has been a really good program. I know they're only 3-3 this year, and American's ahead of them. But I'll take Miramar at home to win this game. I don't see a whole lot of difference between these two. So I'll take the home team, Miramar, to win a district title.
All right. So here you are. We got 4 we're pretty much the same on. 2 we got differences on. So, Marty, there you go.
Yeah, we're sorry we weren't able to bring you that interview with Andre Fernandez. Hopefully we'll be able to at least post it at some point, but or maybe we'll try it next week. Who knows? And then there was, by the way, American at Miramar, both of them are a battle of patriots, by the way. That's right, the Patriots. And Michael Parsons says he'll take the Broward's Patriots over the Dade's Patriots. But Michael Parsons, right? I mean, we'll see. Broward, yeah. So, well, all right. I guess we'll wrap it up for a little bit shorter edition of the show. But again, hopefully we can get that Andre Fernandez interview up at some point. But we appreciate Andre and Josh being able to talk to Andre. No, absolutely. Yesterday. So we'll talk to you again next week. As coming up at 8:15 is the Central Florida Blitz. But that's going to do it this week for the South Florida Blitz. For Joshua Wilson, owner and publisher of FloridaHSFootball.com, I am Marty Pallman saying so long, and we appreciate you watching tonight on Facebook, also on Twitter, and on YouTube. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday from 7:30 to 8 here. I can't hear the times anymore. All right, have a good week. Enjoy week 8 of high school football in South Florida.
No, absolutely.